The first shipment of COVID-19 vaccines to Hawaii arrived at Queens Medical Center in Honolulu on Monday morning. 975 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine were part of the initial delivery, marking what the state says is an important milestone in the ongoing effort to combat COVID-19 and return life to normal. The Pfizer vaccine has been given emergency use authorization by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Officials say the delivery of the remaining 3,900 doses of the order is expected Wednesday, December 16th. The state says almost 45,000 additional doses of the Pfizer vaccine are expected to arrive in Hawaii this month. Also, as many as 36,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine are expected by the end of the year, pending federal approval. The state says the first to receive the vaccine will be healthcare workers at high risk of exposure and residents of long-term care facilities. Hawaii Island expects to see its first doses of the vaccine by next week. Kona Community Hospital says it does not know how many doses it will initially receive. Last week on Oahu, the Queens Medical Center coordinated a mock vaccine shipment. The hospital says the shipping drill will allow Queens to prepare staff for the acceptance and storage of the vaccine. Video provided by the hospital shows the thermal container that will be used to transport the vaccine.
Good afternoon, I'm Marion Wicker. I'm the Deputy Chief for Supply Production.
This Defense Department video shows an unboxing of a Pfizer shipment, part of a series intended for those who will administer the vaccine at the state level.
And the Pfizer vaccine it's got a much different dose level. We're building a kit that will facilitate 975 doses of a vaccine. So let's see what we got in the box and what's comprised of it. Well, first of all, you're going to see someone at the administration site wearing a vaccination shield, a face shield. Underneath that shield, they're also going to have a face mask on for an extra level of protection. Before you get your vaccination, we're going to clean the area and make sure that it's nice and sterile using alcohol prep pads. Now, when it's time to get your vaccination, you're going to use one of two different size needle and syringe combinations, either a 1-inch needle or a 1.5-inch needle and syringe. And the difference in the sizes, depending on the muscle mass of the person getting the vaccination, we have both sizes. We want to make sure that the injection goes in properly. And the final thing, you'll be provided a vaccination card. And this is where you'd identify what day you came in for your vaccination, what vaccination you received, what vaccine you received, and then the date you come back for your repeat vaccination. Depending on which one you received, it'll either be a 21-day cycle or a 28-day cycle. Now, we realize that people are going to lose these cards, and so we encourage you to take a picture of it and store it in your cell phone. That way you'll have an extra record of it. Good luck on your vaccination.
As Operation Warp Speed makes clear, once the vaccine is in the possession of the state, it's up to the state to get everyone vaccinated.
Simply said, very difficult to execute. We're asking the states to do the micro-planning of distribution of the vaccines down to the actual execution of shots in arms. So what does that mean? We will be able to deliver the vaccine anywhere a state identifies as they want. So whether that's one place or 10,000 places, we'll be able to distribute the vaccine to them. From there, the states must execute the micro-planning to ensure that people know that the vaccine's there, that they have the people there to administer the vaccine, and that they know how to maintain and sustain it over time as they do that.
Counties are already preparing. In this video, the Hawaii Department of Health and the city and county of Honolulu are seen conducting a vaccination distribution exercise. It was the first of a number of drills that are planned statewide in every county to prepare to safely and efficiently administer the vaccine.
We're more than prepared to put on the clinics in an organized way to meet the needs of the public for this vaccination. However, a lot of the planning is being done simultaneously to when the information is coming out about the vaccine, the approvals, the type of vaccine, the dosage, the administration. So we have to continue to plan even though we don't have some of the details. We've been doing stop-fluid school clinics in the public schools for 12 years. So we've been using the same model for many years. You scale it up and down depending on how many people you're expecting to come. And we've also done pod exercises for many years together with the Disease Outbreak Control Division and the Public Health Preparedness Branch.
One challenge already identified: to keep the vaccine supply at the correct temperature. That was part of the discussion during a recent joint meeting of Hawaii House and Senate committees.
Aloha. Mahalo to the presenters. I had a question about the cold storage. If someone could go over how that would be done for each of the neighbor islands, I think there's a lot of interest in how that's going to be taken care of.
So we are tracking ultra cold storage in limited capacity on Kauai. Maui also has ultra cold storage at Maui College. They're also going to be installing additional ultra cold storage at Maui Memorial as well too. Big Island has a little bit bigger of a challenge because they don't have necessarily ultra cold storage, but each of the thermal insulated containers are going to come with an initial shipment of dry ice. And then we are working right now in the department's operations center to supply dry ice to each of the neighbor islands that have limited means of ultra cold storage. And that dry ice, the second replenishment needs to happen 5 days after the original receipt. And then if they don't use that vaccine within another 5 more days, then we would send them another shipment of dry ice.
Oh, okay, thank you. What is the capacity for each island as far as storage?
So it's fairly limited on Kauai. I believe they can only store up to maybe 4,000 vaccines of ultra cold storage. And then Maui is unsure right now, Maui College, but they look to have pretty good storage capacity at Maui College, and unsure right now of how much ultra cold storage will be at Maui Memorial eventually.
So how often will they be replenished? Do you folks know that yet?
Every 5 days, we need to replenish the dry ice in the thermal insulated containers, and that is just for the Pfizer shipment.
Residents will have a chance to participate in a virtual town hall on Tuesday night, hosted by COVID POW, live at 7 p.m. on Facebook.
It's been very interesting because with all the attention